I hope everyone's doing okay. Another video about books. Haven't made one in a while. And over in a corner of the house where I have a bookshelf that I don't go to very often, and I thought, heck, while I'm here, I'll make a video. I bought a device to hold my phone so I wouldn't have to hold it in my hands while I film these videos, but you know what? I lost it. So anyway, this book is Area of Suspicion by John D. MacDonald. Uh, Good mystery writer. If you've ever seen the movie Cape Fear, he wrote Cape Fear. Just a great writer. And so let's pull some stuff off the shelves here. Let's grab these right here. So, all right. So here's some books from the 60s and 70s, and these are fantasy anthologies. And these are great books to get. They're not that expensive if you buy them off eBay. In fact, I'm going to list a few, but this video will probably be out long after the book's sold. Fantastic Swordsman. There you see, this book has Conan by Robert E. Howard. Elac, that is by Henry Kuttner. And Henry Kuttner's a great writer. Brack the Barbarian, that was by John Jakes. Those are a lot of fun. Not quite as good as Conan. And of course, Elric by Moorcock. Let's see what the back says here. Okay, so this also has a Lovecraft story. So it's probably from the late 60s. Here we have another anthology. This is a Lancer book. The cover is by Jim Steranko. It's a great cover. Really cool cover. And again, we have a Conan. Elac again. Thongor. Thongor is a Conan-like character by Lynn Carter. Sewer Peel. I'll have no idea what Sewer Peel is. I'll have to read the book again. The Gray Mouser. The Gray Mouser is, those were short stories by Fritz Leiber. Fritz Leiber was an excellent writer. I think he died in the early 2000s. But once again, this is you can get this book off eBay. It's not that rare, and it's a great book. And we have another book with another Steranko cover. Great book. Let's see. This one's got Conan again, and Thongor. That's Lynn Carter, Michael Moorcock, John Brunner, Roger Zelazny. Let's see. Brunner had a character called the Man in Black, I believe, and Zelazny had a character named Divlish the Damned. So those stories, Brunner, I think he collected his short stories in one book, and there is a Divlish the Damned book that collects his stories. Just a great cover. I should probably take it out of this bag so don't get reflections, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. Here we have another book with sword and sorcery or heroic fantasy or whatever you want to call it, barbarians. Poul Anderson, I'm not sure what characters in that. There's Lovecraft, there's Henry Kuttner, of course he's Elac Dunsany, and Clark Ashton Smith. C.L. Moore, that's probably a Jarrell of Jory. Great stories. Fritz Leiber again with his Far From Gray Mouser. This cover is by Virgil Finley. Get a shot at the back here. So this is a good book. These are all great anthologies. And let's see, what do we have here? Here is a mystery book. I have no idea I have no idea what this book's about, except it's a mystery. I believe that is a Robert McGinnis cover. So, let's see what else we got up here. Just pulling stuff out. Okay, there's a gold medal. Dan Marlowe. What a great writer Dan Marlowe was. But I haven't read this one. Imagination. This is an old pulp from the 50s. I managed to collect all of the Imaginations, and I'm going to be selling those. Oh, look at this. Look at this. For Men with Fat Wives. March of 1946. So I saw this on eBay, and I had to have it. So really, it's a diet book. So $2,000 for Fat Stories. For Men with Fat Wives magazine. I think this is the only issue of For Men with Fat Wives magazine. That is great. I love it. All right, let's see what else we got up here. Okay, we got some Lion Library, The Dark Tunnel, the story of a homosexual spy. Kenneth Miller. That is, I can't remember if that's his real name or a pen name. But this book's worth a lot. And let's see, Tough Kid. I hate to say this, but I haven't read any of these books. You know, I just spend my time, I buy all these books, and then I just spend my time rearranging books. And that's basically what I'm doing today, is just rearranging books. So, Dave King and other great mystery writers. What do we have here? The Long Thrilled. Olga Rosmaninth. I have no idea how to say that. And let's see, we've got a Fontana Book of Great Ghost Stories. This was American publication of the English book. All right, let's see, we've got some more lions. Let's pull those down. Okay, there's a Western. Dormitory Women. Man, that's the best kind of woman there is a dormitory woman. An explosive novel of sex on the campus. Well, there's no sex in these books, so, you know. Sintown, USA. I think that is right outside Tallahassee, Florida. And who lives in Sintown, USA? Sin people. Whoop, my books are falling. All right, let's see what else we got. We got Baseball Stars of 1953. And Bad Boy by Jim Thompson. Jim Thompson had, I don't know, 5 or 6 books published under the Lion name. There's one, Tall, Dark, and Dead. Who's that by? Kermit Jadiker. I think this has been reprinted, so if you don't want to spend the money for the collectible, I believe this has been reprinted. Let's get some more here. Okay, Continental Touch. Don't ask me what that's about. What does it say at the top? All women were suckers for him. It's my life story. Okay, that is not a lion. Danger in My Blood. So that looks like a mystery novel. Deluge by Da Vinci. I have no idea what this is about. A science fantasy novel. Oh, look, I have another sin book. America's City of Sin. So basically, this is a book about all the cities that vote Democrat. I have another. Oh, no, that's the one I just looked at. All right, and let's pull down a few more here. Okay, this looks like a humorous book. A Slight Case of Scandal. Another Western, El Paso. Art Colony. The Cheat by Don Tracy. So this is a mystery. Nothing stopped her, not even her husband. Ain't that the truth? Okay, here's a Jim Thompson. This one's in nice condition too. A Hell of a Woman. And this is the first edition. Later, when Lion went to a larger format, they had another edition of this. That's a really nice copy there. Evil Roots. And I believe that's also been reprinted. Okay, let's see what else. Let's get a few more lines here. My Sweet Flesh by, where's the name? Day King, of course, great writer. The Corruptors, this one is not in that good a shape. It's got tape repairs. The Corruptors. A man digs belly deep into an evil town. Route 28 by Ward Green. Don't know what that's about. Don't Dig Deeper. I like that cover. And let's see, that's all the lions I have up here. I've got more in the back, but I'm not in the back. I'm up here. So, let's see, let's make room and I'll pull down some other books. Let's see. We've got a lot of Signet mysteries here. Let's look at those. Here's the bookshelf. You can see what I've done is I've taken the gold medals that are number, I think, 800 and higher, and I've brought those over here. And gosh, it's just a lot of books. I'm drowning in books. There's a couple more imaginations. Let's pull these out real quick. All right, I believe these were printed in the 80s. This is a Black Lizard. I think Black Lizards still exist. Peter Rabe, this was probably originally a gold medal book. Murray Sinclair, I think this was original for Black Lizard. Bill Pronzini. And Black Lizard reprinted, I believe, all of the Jim Thompson novels. And the Black Lizard books are kind of collectible. Oh, here's an interesting book. Babbitt. This is a paperback with the dust cover. And you can see where the dust cover's ripped and the paperback cover underneath it. So those are kind of rare. Let's see, what do we have? Donald Hamilton. Of course, he's the guy that wrote Matt Helm. He also wrote a few great westerns. So those are worth checking out. Got a couple of Sleaze books over here. Lover. He was a paid stud in the service of the highest bidder. So that, I believe, is a Gene Gilbrew cover. I think that's his name. So just run across these books now and then. And let's see, what do we have here? American Folklore. I saw this on eBay and I thought that was, I love the cover. So, alright, what do we have here? I think I've got a couple of copies of this. I think I saw one yesterday in the bedroom. Frederick Brown wrote science fiction, wrote some great science fiction books, and he's a very good mystery writer also. Acts of Violence. I haven't read this, but I would like to. Of course, I'd like to read it. This is a... just saw a video about novel books and merit books. And some of these are very expensive. I forgot the name of the author. I think his name is Jack Lynn, and he had a detective that I think they said he's kind of a ripoff of Shel Scott. And those books, if you can get them, or if you see them on eBay, they're $60 and $70. They're not cheap. This is not one. But novel book, they marketed themselves as books for men. So this says the second week of their honeymoon, Chad Kane found his wife in bed with another man. He murdered her in a fit of rage, murdered her lover, but the unique lust inside Claudette could never be killed. It lived on in Chad's mind, in his loins, in his giant hands. So these sleaze books like this, and they really don't have any sex in them. The covers look dirty, but you know, usually they're just kind of like men's soap operas. I'd like to do a video about that one day, talking about those. But I'd like to read this one day. Oh, let's see, what else we have. Oh, yeah. Let's pull these out here. These are books I want to talk about. Okay. Monarch put out a series of books that were, well, they did fiction and they did some nonfiction books. And their nonfictions were, well, they were either about World War II, or in this case, about Indians. And those I like to get because honestly, I don't know that much about Indians. And so here we have the Cheyenne Wars, the Sioux Indian Wars, and some of the stuff. Well, it's just great. Great. Really want to read these. This is not an Indian book. In fact, I would say this is probably one of their fiction books. Monarch also did a lot of sleeves. The Apache Wars. The Indian Wars of the U.S. Army. The Texas Rangers. Got 2 copies of that. The Comanche Wars. Let me tell you, the Comanches, they were pretty brutal. So, yeah, by nature, the Comanches were a war-loving people. Almost from birth, the Comanche was taught to fight. To be a warrior was the greatest honor that could come to him, and to die in battle only meant that he could sooner move on to the happy hunting ground. So this will probably, when I finally get around to reading this series, this will probably be the first one I read. The Sam Houston story. So there's 2 or 3 in that series that I don't have, and I'll get them one day. Oh, I was telling you about how Black Lizard reprinted the Jim Thompson novels. Here's one of them, Alcoholics. This book, Simulacron 3, I believe they made a movie out of this. No, that was a different book. Same author, same publisher, but a different book. Let's see. Don't know what that's about. All right. Okay. This is a Regency book, and Regency, they have a few collectible in their series. Some science fiction writers, like this author here, wrote some novels that were not science fiction. So some of this is kind of a rare series. If you see a Regency book, get it. And let's see what else we have in here. Well, I guess that, let's pull this down just for the heck of it. So, here's Logan's Run. Now, Logan's Run, there were 3 books in the series, and Logan's Run itself is not that rare. This is probably like a 3rd edition. It's in nice shape though. But the other 2 books, I believe, are Logan's World and Logan's Search. And they're kind of scarce, and they cost some money in it. So if you run across those, get them. And they're good books, too. All right. Well, I guess that's it. I'm tired of pulling down books. See if there's anything else worth looking at here. Some more John D. MacDonald. Oh, here we go. This is Charles Williams' book, The Diamond Bikini. It's not in good shape, but it's an expensive book, and I couldn't afford a nicer one. So, it's one of, Charles Williams. You've probably seen a movie based on one of his novels. But this is a humorous book. And, oh yeah, I'll show you this book real quick. This is, who's the publisher here? I think it's Universal Giant. Yeah, Universal Giant. And it's got a story by Harry Whittington. So, not sure if that's one of his better stories, but he wrote a ton of stories. So, I just thought I'd show that. So, that's pretty much it. Got a book on surfing. One last book. I think this is from the 1980s. Asimov's Magical Worlds of Fantasy. These were anthologies. He also had a series on science fiction. These are really good books. A lot of really great short stories. So, if you like short stories and you like fantasy, pick this series up. You won't be disappointed. All right, thanks.